Hey guys, so in this video I'm going to talk about my first art commission experience, what I had to draw for the commission, the people involved, and how I got scammed in the end. I was a middle school student in grade 8 at the time, and my grade 8 class was a learning community. The learning community was a different way of teaching us. We didn't have normal classes, and instead learned things through projects or activities. But most importantly, we didn't have different classes with different people. We were stuck with the same people every day for the whole year. And none of my close friends got into the learning community class, so it meant I had to make new friends. The reason I had to bring this up is because one of the new friends I made at the time was involved in this commission. And obviously, I'm not going to say her real name, so for this video's sake, I'll be calling her Maddie. My middle school teacher was looking for some help with creating a logo and some slogans for a fitness brand for a website he was creating. He told the class he'd commission anyone who could help him. Unfortunately, I never knew what he was planning to do with this fitness website. All I remember is that he needed help creating a logo and some slogans for the website. Me and Maddie offered to help him. I had to draw the logo and create a slogan. And Maddie didn't really do much. She basically did all the communication with our teacher and then reported to me what I needed to draw. Imagine Maddie as a sorta middleman in the commission operation. Anyways, my teacher told us he'd pay us each $20. I was stoked. The fact I was going to get paid for making art sounded so cool. I couldn't fathom the thought of it at the time. Obviously, looking back, $20 for a logo and slogan was a bit unfair, especially when Maddie was also going to get $20 for just being the communicator in this commission. For the logo, Maddie told me to draw a dumbbell that said "chalked up" on it, and gave me this photo of a dumbbell as my reference. Also, yeah, I still have old chats of me and Maddie, which is good because it has all of my logo drawing attempts in it. I drew many different attempts until it was perfect for my teacher. And I spelled the word "chalked up" wrong for this logo's first attempt. I don't want to talk about it. I also drew a foot design on the dumbbell originally, and at some point it got changed into a hand design. I'm not sure why. It's hard to tell from these old chats. I just randomly changed it into a hand design. I assume some of the communication with me and Maddie was in person. Then Maddie told me to make the hand design bigger on the dumbbell, and I barely made it any bigger as I didn't want the design to go out of the line art barrier. So I sent her the new design, which basically just looked the same, and Maddie didn't even notice I made it slightly bigger and asked me if I had changed the size of the hand yet. I was so embarrassed, so I just said screw it, and I made the hand design bigger, so much so it went off of the line art. I'm not sure if that's what my teacher wanted, but it's all I could have done at the time. I wasn't experienced enough to try to change the line art on the dumbbell to fit with the bigger hand design. Anyways, this was the final design for my teacher's logo. I honestly don't have much to say about it. It's fine, although you can tell this was made by a grade 8 student who was just getting into drawing at the time. After this, I had to create a slogan. I don't remember what the slogan was used for, but I assume my teacher planned to use it on his website. Me and Maddie both thought, "It doesn't get easier, you only get stronger," would be the perfect slogan for his fitness-related brand. So I got to work creating the text design for the slogan, and this is what I came up with. Yep, it's something, that's for sure. In all honesty, I'm a bit disappointed in this slogan I made. It looks so boring and basic, anyone could have easily cooked this up. So I'm not sure why I was needed to do the slogan. I didn't even give it to them in a transparent version. I just threw on a black and white background for the slogan. I have no idea what my teacher ended up doing with this slogan, but yeah. After finishing the slogan and the logo, I was thanked by both Maddie and my teacher. I was very proud of myself for creating a logo for the first time and for being commissioned for the first time. And that was it. But I never got paid. I was too shy and awkward back then to ask about the payment, so I just never got my $20 for the commission. Which is horrible. It's already strange my teacher was commissioning his students to do work for him, but the fact he didn't even pay me, that was really bad. He agreed to give us each $20 for helping him create a logo and a slogan. So why didn't he pay us? Unless 2 years went by, and I was hanging out with my sister and cousin. We were talking about old middle school memories, and I brought up the story about the commission with Maddie and my teacher. Before this point, I hadn't really told anyone about this experience. It wasn't something that really mattered. It was just $20 after all. They thought it was funny that I never got paid for the commission, but my cousin said something that made us all think. He said, "What if your teacher gave all the money to Maddie, and she just took your $20? We all laughed at the idea of this, but we started to seriously think this could very well be the case. Maddie was the middleman in the commission operation. She didn't really do much, other than communicating with our teacher and letting me know what to draw for the commission. So, it's not a crazy thought that my teacher might have gave her $40 and told her to give me 20 of it. And then she just kept it all for herself. In the end of the day, I didn't really care whether my teacher forgot or just decided not to pay us, or if Maddie took all the money for herself. The reason didn't matter to me. It had been 2 years since I took on that commission. I wasn't friends with Maddie anymore, and it was only $20. Although, my cousin really wanted to get to the bottom of this mystery, and honestly, how can I blame him? He told me he'd formulate a text for Maddie on my chats. As I was always worried my texts would come off as weird, even though they were fine. I was just a self-conscious kid, okay? I was a bit nervous to text Maddie after 2 years of not talking, but at the same time, we had to know the truth. We had to know what really happened. My cousin formulated a text for Maddie, as if it was coming from me, and it's honestly so embarrassing. As I would not text this way, I should have just sent my own text. No offense to my cousin, of course. It said, "Hey, how have you been? Sorry, for some reason I was just thinking about the time we did some work for blank teacher's name. I was just curious if you ever got paid for it." We sent this text in December 2020 late one night, and Maddie left it on read the very next day. And to this day, she has never responded. So sending this text didn't really answer our question, because you could take it in one of two ways. First way, Maddie did take all the money and didn't respond because she knew she never paid me my part of the commission and didn't want to get into it. And the second way, Maddie also never got paid, saw my text, and since it had been 2 years since we had talked, she thought it was weird. Maybe she even thought I was weird and left me on read. So, to this day, I don't know the real reason why she left me on read, but either way, I was so embarrassed. Being left on read is tough, but being left on read by someone you know in real life, at your school, is even more tough. I literally thought about it for a week, and it brought me pain knowing that she left my text on read. She used to be my friend, but that stuff changes. In school, you can go from being friends with someone to being complete strangers. It's weird, but people change, and their friends change with them. Maddie and me never had a huge falling out, we just drifted, and that's okay. Unless she took my $20, then that's not okay. Anyways, that's the end of my story time about my first art commission. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like on the video. It's been Leamon, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys all next time.